Hello friends, my name's Scott. Welcome to another episode of Grow Your Victory. It has been a minute since we have done almost anything in the community garden or filmed anything, but we've got some exciting news. We've got some plants which are starting to germinate here. You can see we've got some tomatoes, we've got some zucchini, we've got some cabbage and some other stuff that's getting ready to go. We have some more stuff that's on the way. Oh, what do we got in there? More tomatoes, eggplant. Eggplant's germinating pretty well, so we're excited growing forward. The herbs not really doing a whole lot yet, but we'll keep you updated on those. So we got a couple of things to do today. We're going to pound in the T-posts for the trellises on our other raised beds. We'll check in on our green beans. We'll check in on our strawberries, and yeah, we'll go from there. So let's grow. So there are a number of reasons why we haven't been doing a whole lot of gardening lately. One is that our seeds have been super slow to germinate this year. I don't know what's going on, but I've heard that from quite a few people. It's taking time to start seeds, and that's pushing back their gardening, and that's all right. We will get after it. No doubt about it. The other reason is the kids' ball schedules have been absolutely absurd for the last couple of weeks, but they just finished up their baseball and softball seasons this past week. And the third reason, and probably the most exciting, is what I'm going to show you right now, is this. As you can see, we've got a couple of hives of honeybees. My wife says I have too many hobbies, and she is 100% not wrong. But I've been wanting to get into beekeeping for a couple of years now, and we finally decided to make it happen this year. So this is really, really exciting. It's also a super great way to kind of grow your victory, become a little more self-sustaining. I make maple syrup in the springtime too, and this is going to kind of go hand in hand with that as just kind of a way to help Mother Nature with the honeybees and also collect some honey. But the most important part of this for my brother and I is the creation of habitat and helping to preserve the bees, because without the bees, as you all know, we're in a world of hurt, especially gardeners, farmers, just everybody. So couldn't be any more excited about this. After 2 years of trying to trap swarms of bees, I just broke down and bought a couple of nukes about 3 weeks ago and installed them in these long hives that I built a couple of years ago. And yeah, so far it's going super good. I actually did my very first ever cutout. One of my friends had a swarm of bees move into the wall of his shed, and we just did a cutout on that for him. Got super hot and sweaty earlier with the bee suit on, but that was an awesome experience. I'm really glad that you folks can't smell me today, because it's pretty rough. It's super humid here in Michigan. But yeah, so that's exciting news. Real fired up about the bees. Okay, gang, first visit up here to the garden for a minute. Let's take a look around and see how things are going. Check in on our strawberries real quick. Lots of runners. We're seeing lots and lots of runners, but I think the deer are starting to chew us down. So I need to get up here with some chicken wire and get that wrapped around this, try to keep the deer out. You can see a couple of strawberries over there ripening up. I also need to get this mulched. We're starting to see some weeds coming in. I hate to mulch strawberries because those runners, they propagate so quickly, and I want this whole bed to fill up. So maybe I'll hold off on that. Maybe we'll just get some chicken wire up here, keep the deer out of it, and let that run its course. Over here, you can see the first set of green beans we planted are really starting to do well, shooting up that trellis. See, some of these are up here about 4 to 5 feet tall already, and some pretty good flowering down at the bottom. Our peas are not doing so great. We're gonna have to replant our peas. You can see we've got one little pea plant, 2 little pea plants out of, what did we put, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 or 10 across the bottom of there. We've only got 2 of them that are doing anything. And then over here, the second course of beans that we planted, we'll have to stick some more beans in there too. Looks like we got 1, 2, 4 of those out of 8 or 10. So we'll get some new beans planted there, some new peas planted over there, and we'll get the trellises in so that when these beans start to really sprout up, they've got some support. That's our plan for today. Well, that wasn't any fun at all. It's big muggy out here today, gang, and this week it's going to get big hot. It's going to be an ugly week here in Michigan. Look at me. It's 80 today and I'm sweating like a fat man on a muggy day. It's supposed to be in the hundreds a couple of days this week, but we got our T-posts banged in to reinforce our trellises. I got some gourds I want to plant over here, so that'll be good and sturdy for them. Just have one little battle wound there, so not too terrible bad at all. Next thing we're going to do, replant some beans and some peas and get some water on these guys. So I have these 15-gallon barrels for water to transport up here because there's no water tap up here at the garden, but usually I have a 12-volt DC transfer pump with me to move the water from the blue barrels down to my watering can. But I forgot that today, so we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Nice thing about a good siphon is once you get it started, it'll keep going until you drain the hose out. It's just that initial part of getting it started that takes a little bit of effort. So that's pretty much it for the video today, gang. We'll get these last of these seeds watered in, and then it'll be time to head home and get started on dinner. Hope you had fun today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and click like and subscribe down below so you don't miss any content. And until next time, remember to grow your victory.